Hi there, fellow collectors and friends. This is my third video on my Ford 1 to 64 collection, featuring American cars. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Like I said, we're going to feature some more of the American released 1 to 64 Ford models. This excludes all Ford GT, GT40 models, any Shelby Cobras, any European models, any pickups, any trucks, or any vans. We'll feature those on separate videos because there's just too much of them. So let's start off with this one here, which is a plastic master release. It came out probably 2020, and a lot of people don't think a lot of it. I quite like this 1960 Starliner, which obviously comes with this little COE. In case you don't know what that means, COE stands for cab over engine, which is an old phrase for old trucks. But as you can see, this one, it's a pretty neat design. It's a beautiful casting. I actually love it. It's plastic, rubber wheels. But yes, and this probably cost me 200 bucks or so. I think that's the big price at what is Crazy Store, I think it is. Okay, moving on. This is the Hot Wheels 1963 Ford Thunderbird. The specific one is a 2001 release. They were produced between 98 and 2013, so obviously they've been discontinued. It's just beautiful. This one comes with a metal base, and it's just a nice and sleek design. Really, really lovely. Next up, another 63 T-Bird. Once again, metal base. The specific one is from 2005, Muscle Mania. Just beautiful. Let's put them back there. Another 63 T-Bird. White one this time. It's got a few scratches and so on. This one is from 2006 mainline. And I think I bought this at a vintage shop out at George in the Western Cape. Well, there's no price on it anymore, but it's probably 60 bucks or so. Obviously worth much more to me. Moving on. 1964 Fairlane Wagon. Now, this is quite a recent Matchbox release, 2018 in fact. There were only 3 of them released, or 3 variants. I think this is the first one out of the 3. There's a silver one, which I'll show you now, and then there's a white one, which I don't have. And there is the silver one, like I said. And this specific one actually comes out of a 5-pack, Wagons 5-pack from 2021. So unless you buy the 5-pack, they kind of hard to get by. What do we have here? This is obviously a Ford Galaxy. Now that's a master release of the 1964 Galaxy 500. Now quite interesting. I'll show you something shortly. Once again, I love these, if you can call it premium master releases. Look at the taillight detail. If you look closely, it's actually got little speakers in the back there. And then plastic base, but there's even detail on the base. Rubber wheels, very, very nice. Now, let's just keep that there for a second. Moving on to a 64 Galaxy, like Hot Wheels called it, a custom Galaxy. It's also a 64. This specific one is from 2007. They started producing these in 2007, and I think this might be the first release. I could be wrong. But now, if you look at the difference between the two, now, if you look at the Hot Wheel, plastic base, but the detailing on the Hot Wheel versus the master version is just so much better. I mean, look at that. It's just no comparison, really. Anyway, just my thoughts. Moving on, another 64 Galaxy Hot Wheels. This specific one's from 2014, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of scratch and dents, it's a little bit play worn. This one actually came out of my son's collection or toy box. There's quite a few that I'm going to feature in this video and following videos that that I got out of his toy box, and that's when I started collecting. But yeah, that's that one. Another 64 Hot Wheels. This one is also a bit, you can see it's well played with. It's got character. The specific one is from 2014, the road tripping set or series. And this one I got from a good friend, George. Thanks for that. You can see the pillar there is also a little bit out of space or out of place. Let's put it over there. Another 64 Hot Wheels Galaxy. This specific one is from a 2016 multi-pack. So once again, a little bit more difficult to come by than your normal off-the-peg sort of single pack Hot Wheel. Then we have another 64. Got quite a few of these, but I probably got a quarter of what was released. Now this is a beautiful design. This is my first team transport I bought. If you look at the details on these, the rubber wheels, and we actually have the Goodyear on the back wheels there. I mentioned in the previous video that the new Rio Riders don't have that, but it's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. These are pretty popular, and they're also still freely available. But yeah, I mean, the price on the pegs were anything between 300 and 400 bucks for these things. Obviously worth quite a bit more to me. And we're still on the 64 Galaxies. This is one of the last ones. It's probably the last one that was released. They're still manufactured. This one is from the 2022 American Steel Series, which I believe is a Walmart exclusive. So obviously not found in this country. Love the paint job on this. And the number 64, which states it's a 1964 Galaxy. Very nice. Moving on. Now we come to cars that my dad used to play with. This specific one is a 1964 Lincoln Continental. Like I said, Matchbox model. This was released in 1967. Okay, now that's pretty long ago. They made these specific castings between 1964 and 71. There were 3 different variants released, out of which this is the second one. It's got an opening bonnet there, or boot rather. I bought this online off what was called Bid or Buy or Bob Shop, whatever it's called now. And the previous owner tried putting a sort of a vinyl roof on there by painting that page. Thought of restoring it to its former glory, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is. There's the price that I paid, 35 bucks, which I think it's well worth. Another 64 Lincoln Continental. This is quite a recent release though. You'll see the castings are quite different. Look at the size of them. Let's move it there. Very nice. It just looks very nice. This specific one, like I said, it's a 2024 release, and so far it's the only variant of this specific release. It's beautiful. Hope they bring out more. Still on the 64 Lincoln Continental. This is a Hot Wheels version, 2023, and it's from the Hot Wheels Slammed series, which started out in 2007. It's still produced, and this is number 28 out of the 30. So it just comes to show you, I mean, this is 1 out of 30 of a specific casting and a specific casting. I've only got 1 out of 30. Now, you'll think to yourself, you've got so many Fords, but I haven't even got a 10th, not even a 5th of what's out there. So yeah, happy collecting. Another 64 Continental. I like to refer to these as the JFK assassination car. The one he was sitting in was a black one. But this one specifically comes out of the 2021 convertible series, so they cost slightly more than your standard type of mainline off the pegs. These were produced from 2001 and still present. This is number 3 out of 36. Now once again, this is the only Lincoln convertible I've got out of 36 variants that was made. Long way to go. Moving on, one of my favorites. This is the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt. Now, those who don't know, these cars were produced by Ford America specifically for drag racing to compete against the likes of the Chryslers and Chevrolets and all of those. Um, it, the real model came out with plastic, or not plastic, fiberglass bonnets, a lot of weight reduction, and in that specific year, it held the record on the quarter mile for the fastest street legal factory manufactured car. The specific model, it's very, very similar to the ones that actually came out in America. You can see the front part of this version here. The silver is not silver anymore, but I don't care. It's just beautiful. This one comes from a 2002 mainline series, and it's number 3 out of 36 of this specific casting made. I've got one more, which is this one, a nice yellow one, which comes out of the 2007 All Stars series. Now, once again, as mentioned in my previous videos, I started collecting in 2021. So all releases, all of these castings released prior to 2021, I obviously didn't found on the pegs. Moving on, 1965 Mercury Comet Cyclone Gasser. Now this specific one is a 2023 release. There was a Super Treasure Hunt released on this specific casting and this range. There's also a Team Transporter out, similar to this, which I don't have. I just haven't been hunting for it. If it comes my way, I'll take it, but that's a story for another day. Now something interesting. 65 Ford Fairlane. This is the police car version, and this goes all the way back to 1966. What they call regular wheels. Look at those small wheels, those narrow wheels. And funny enough, well, there's a price on there still. So I paid $130 for this online. If you look at the age of this thing and how it still rolls, it's just beautiful. Look at the little driver on the inside. It's just beautiful, these old castings. 1965 Galaxy. This is a more recent Hot Wheels release, and this specific model I've been hunting for quite a while. It forms part of the 50th anniversary favorite set that came out in 2018. I paid $200 for this one at a local toy fair. I've seen them going for much more than that, up to 400 Rand in the blister. Absolutely brutal, especially with the Golf livery. They're just more sought after with that Golf livery. Still on the 65 Galaxies. This specific one is from the 2020 HW Flame series, and once again there's a Super Treasure Hunt that came out in this format, which I'm not interested in. Like I said earlier in one of the previous videos, I'm not going to pay 2,000 Rand for a Super Treasure Hunt, and I've never been able to find one on the pegs. So this will do for me. Then this one here is a little bit special. It's also 65 Galaxy, and this specific one is a 2021 RLC Collector's Edition. At Toys R Us, they were given away if you bought 5 regular mainlines, and obviously that's what I did. Metal base, rubber wheels, quite collectible. I've seen them going for up to 350, 400 Rand. Still 65 Galaxy. Now this specific one is, let's just get my ducks in a row here, is a 2021 Muscle Mania release, and this is actually a treasure hunt, normal treasure hunt, as you can see by that there. I couldn't find this one on the pegs when it came out, and I actually got this from a friend in Pretoria. Love it. Still in the 65 Galaxies. Now this is obviously the Team Transport version from 2022, and once again the Kuja wheels, metal base, just absolutely beautiful. Also comes with the Ford C800 truck, as did the 1964 Galaxy, just in a different color. Let's put that over there. Moving on, Now, this is the 1966 Ford 27 Fairlane. Produced from 2009 till present. This specific one is from 2012 out of the Muscle Mania set. Love the green. Bought this online from some guy not based in PE. Also 1966 427 Fairlane. I got this from a friend Rion, who had two of them, and this is from the 2014 Road Tripping series. I like the yellow roof and the paint job on this, quite nice. Another 66 427 Fairlane. This one is from the 2019 HW Flames 5-pack, so once again it's a 5-pack exclusive. A little bit more difficult to come by than your normal mainline. Same with that one, also a 5-pack exclusive. I think this one is from 2019, 2016, not quite sure. Very nice. Another 66 Fairlane. Now this specific one is from the 2020 American Steel series, as is that Galaxy there, which is a Walmart exclusive and obviously not found in this country. Love the yellow. Moving on, 1968 Mercury Cougar. Love the yellow. This one is still in pretty good nick. These specific models or specific castings were produced between 2002 2008. There was another 1968 Mercury Cougar casting which I'll feature after this. I think there's another two of these specific castings. And like I said, this is from the 2006 mainline. Beautiful. This one is very good still. I got this from a friend, fellow collector and reseller in PE. Another 68 Cougar, same casting. This one's a little bit play worn. I don't mind it. It's beautiful to me. Got this from a friend, George. Thanks, George. Same casting, 68 Mercury Cougar. And there's another one that comes out of my son's collection. You can see he's played with it. And it's got meaning, because the play worn marks and everything on here is from him. So Jaden, thanks. Okay, as I said, also a 68 Mercury Cougar, total different casting. As you can see those, if you had to match them up. Just put it so you can see. Now this specific one is from 2015 Track Aces. These cars were produced between 2014 and present. And I'll show you some more of these. Here's another one from 2019, Hot Wheels Flames. And another one from the same year, same series. Not very fond of this one. I don't like the wheels on here. Also Hot Wheels Flames. You can see it's basically just a recolor from that one there. Moving on. Still on the 68 Mercury Cougars. This is the last of that specific casting. This is from 2022 Muscle Mania. Okay, now the interesting stuff. 1968 Mercury, what they call the Mercury Commuter. Now this one's quite badly play worn, but once again, this specific one is from 1970. They were produced between 69 and 73, and I paid, was it $100? Yes, you can see it needs a bit of cleaning up. Quite interesting. Look at the horses in the back there. Maybe I'll restore it, maybe I'll keep it like that. Then another 68 Mercury Commuter. This is the police version, and you'll see it actually came out with the larger wheels. I think this is actually part of the, was it Superfast series? But still, this is from 1972, and this specific one, or the specific casting, were produced between 71 and 73. And you can see where the horses were in the other one. There's some cones, police cones, some police equipment in there. Amazing how these still roll in comparison to a brand new Hot Wheels. Oh, it almost fell off there. Anyway, let's move on. Then we have the 1969 Mercury Cougar Eliminator, which is a souped up version of the Cougars I showed you earlier. This one is from 2014. They produced from 2004 to present. 45 Rand for that one. Some more Mercuries. This one is the Mercury Cyclone, 69 Mercury Cyclone. This one is in beautiful condition still. Produced from 2012 to present. This specific one is the first release in 2012, and I bought this from a vintage shop in Port Elizabeth. Absolutely beautiful. The guys, we're almost done. Last casting, although there's a few of them, is the 1969 Ford Torino Talladega. Now, those of you that don't know, the Torino Talladega was specifically built for stock car racing in 1969 in America. Talladega is actually sourced from the Talladega Speedway in America. And these cars were built, if you look at the streamlined bonnet, they were built specifically for stock car racing to compete against the Dodge Daytona and the likes. The specific one is from 2014, Musclemania, still in very good nick. Also sourced, I don't know, online, somewhere in Joburg, Cape Town, can't remember. Another Talladega. This white one is from the 2016 Speed Graphics series, as is this blue one, which is obviously just a recolor. I think the white one I might have gotten from a friend, George. So once again, thanks George. Let's put those aside. I'm going to put these two together for the sake of the video. And these are from 2017. Green and purple, just recolors. Absolutely beautiful, love them. And then we have one from 2019, HW Flames. Perfect condition. Oh, sorry. And this is my favorite Talladega. This is obviously from the Fast and Furious series of 2020. I just love the paint job on this. If you look at the gold, copper, and the metallic inserts and roof, that's just beautiful. This obviously costs a little bit more than your normal mainline off the shelf. I can't quite remember, might have been 75 Rand, might have been 100 Rand, not quite sure. And as we come to the last one for tonight, once again, Torino Talladega. This is from 2021, the Orange and Blue series, as you can see. Now, the Orange and Blue series were available at a lot of stores in Port Elizabeth. Not this one though. There were probably 2 sets in the series. This one I couldn't find locally, and it was bought online. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please, like I said, subscribe, like my videos, put a comment in there. If I missed something or if I got something wrong, please let me know. Ciao, ciao.